Hello, my name is Pastor Kathy Kollar. I'm the pastor of Pleasant Valley Lutheran Church near Malabar Farm State Park and St. Paul Lutheran Church in Lucas, Ohio. Greetings. We are reading through the Bible with commentary, and we are in the book of Psalms. Psalms means songs. It is an ancient hymnal, and of course it's always interesting reading through what is essentially a song book. That these were things that were sung, or at the very least were poetry, and I just read them, and it's just not the same. And every now and then I break into song because so many of these psalms are songs in English. Yesterday we read one of my favorite psalms, which is Psalm 46 and also 47. This idea that God is great and amazing and a refuge and a shelter. It's where we get a mighty fortress is our God. And it's also this wonderful verse, be still and know that I am God. And people like me, I just always want to be trying and doing. And sometimes God is like, just stop. Just let God be God. So we are picking up today in Psalm 18, which it says is a song, a psalm of the Korahites, which were a group of the Levites that were to worship God. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised in the city of our God. His holy mountain, beautiful in elevation, is the joy of all the earth. Mount Zion in the far north, the city of the great King, with its citadels, God has shown himself a sure defense. So praising God and saying that he is worthy to be praised, and that his temple in Mount Zion in Jerusalem is just amazing. Verse 4, Then the kings assembled, they came together. As soon as they saw it, they were astounded. They were in a panic. They took to flight. Trembling took hold of them there, pains as of a woman in labor. And when an east wind shatters the ships of Tarshish. So when the kings see Mount Zion, they are like a woman who's in labor, or a ship that's being shook by the wind. Verse 8, As we have heard, so we have seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God, which God establishes forever. Selah. Selah is S-E-L-A-H, and it means, well, we don't know what it means. Interlude, refrain, repeat, musical interlude. We'll take a little break. Verse 9, We ponder your steadfast love, O God, in the midst of your temple. Your name, O God, like your praise, reaches to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is filled with victory. Let Mount Zion be glad. Let the towns of Judah rejoice because of your judgments. Walk about Zion, go all around it, count its towers, consider well its ramparts, go through its citadels, that you may tell the next generation that this is God, our God, forever and ever, will be our guide forever. So a praise to God and a exaltation of how wonderful our temple is, our city is, that the city of our God is a beautiful and wonderful and powerful thing. So the kind of song that you say, yea, for where we are. Psalm 49, to the leader of the Korahites, a psalm. Hear this, all you peoples, give ear, all inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together. My mouth shall speak wisdom, the meditation of my heart shall be understanding. I will incline my ear to a proverb, I will solve my riddle to the music of the harp. So the psalmist is setting this up, that you need to listen up. I'm going to speak some wisdom. I'm going to solve some riddles. Verse 5, Why should I fear in times of trouble, when the iniquity of my persecutors surrounds me, those who trust in their wealth and boast of the abundance of their riches? Truly no ransom avails for one's life. There is no price one can give God for it. For the ransom of life is costly and can never suffice. that one should live on forever and never see the grave. So starting out saying, why should I be afraid? But then also talking about the iniquity of persecutors and the people that are depending on the riches, but riches cannot redeem your life. Verse 10, when we look at the wise, they die. Fool and dolt perish together and leave their wealth to others. Their graves are their homes forever, their dwelling places to all generations, though they named lands their own. I have a footnote, but it's not much help, so we'll skip that. Mortals cannot abide their pomp. They are like animals that perish. So the wise, the fools, they all die. They all end up in the grave. No matter how famous they were, no matter how annoying they were, they're all gone. Verse 13, such is the fate of the foolhardy, the end of those who are pleased with their lot. Selah. So we'll take a little break. Next little section starts with verse 14. Like sheep, they are appointed for Sheol. Death shall be their shepherd. Straight to the grave they descend, and their form shall waste away. Sheol shall be their home. But God will ransom my soul from the power of Sheol, for he will receive me. So all these rich people, all these hypocrites, they're going down to the pit, but God is going to redeem me. Selah. Verse 16, do not be afraid when some become rich, when the wealth of their houses increases. For when they die, they will carry nothing away. Their wealth will not go down after them. Though in their lifetime they count themselves happy, for you are praised when you do well for yourself. They will go to the company of their ancestors, who will never again see the light. Mortals cannot abide their pomp. They are like the animals that perish. So don't be afraid when somebody gets rich, because they can't take it with them. So this idea that you can't take it with you, in this case, carry nothing away, it's not a new idea. The Psalms were written anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. And here, when they die, they will carry nothing away. You cannot take it with you. So they might have been happy, they might have been rich, but they're going down to the pit. And but mortals cannot abide their pomp. They are like the animals that perish. Is the same, that's an echo, so like a refrain that was repeated, because we heard the same verse in 12. So these hypocrites are going down to the grave, going down to the pit. Psalm 50. A psalm of Asaph. The mighty one, God the Lord, speaks and summons the earth from the rising of the sun to its setting. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God shines forth. So God is talking to people, trying to call out to people. God is shining forth to people. Verse 3, our God comes and does not keep silence. Before him is a devouring fire and a mighty tempest all around him. He calls to the heavens above and to the earth that he may judge his peoples. Gather to me my faithful ones who made a covenant with me by sacrifice. The heavens declare his righteousness, for God himself is judge. Selah. So this first part of the proverb, God is coming. God is mighty and scary and amazing, and is calling for his righteous ones. Verse 7, hear, O my people, and I will speak. O Israel, I will testify against you. I am God, your God. Not for your sacrifices do I rebuke you. Your burnt offerings are continually before me. So God is testifying against Israel, even though there's burnt offerings continually before him. I will not accept a bull from your house or goats from your folds, for every wild animal of the forest is mine, the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know all the birds of the air, and all that moves in the field is mine. I feel like I've heard that verse quoted lots of times. God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I was like, well, can you give me one? But really, that's in context part of a larger concept where God is saying, I don't want a sacrifice. I don't want a bull from your house or goats from your folds because I already own all the animals. Every wild animal, all the cattle, all the birds of the air, all that moves in the field, they're already God's. So God is saying, I don't want your sacrifices. Verse 12, if I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world and all that is in it is mine. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Offer to God a sacrifice of thanksgiving and pay your vows to the Most High. Call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me. So what does God want instead of a sacrifice? He wants a sacrifice of thanksgiving. I also have a footnote for that it could also be read as make thanksgiving your sacrifice to God, which I think is pretty much the same idea. What is a sacrifice of thanksgiving? The idea that instead of sacrificing a bull or a ram, that we practice thanksgiving and pay your vows. So people would make a vow to the Lord, then they would pay money or make a sacrifice or both because they had fulfilled their vow. Call on me in the day of trouble, I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me. So God is saying, don't make sacrifices of these animals. Come and sacrifice thanksgiving and righteousness, and you will be delivered. Verse 16, but to the wicked, God says, what right have you to recite my statutes or take my covenant on your lips? For you hate discipline, and you cast my words behind you. You make friends with a thief when you see one, and you keep company with adulterers. Which is an interesting little passage that God is saying to the wicked, why are you quoting my laws? You hate discipline, and you make friends with thieves. Verse 19, you give your mouth free rein for evil, and your tongue frames deceit. You sit and speak against your kin. You slander your own mother's child. These things you have done, and I have been silent. And you thought I was just one just like yourself. But now I rebuke you and lay the charge before you. So why are the wicked people quoting his law? They hate discipline. They like thieves. They speak against their own mother's child, so their siblings. And God has not rebuked them, but now God rebukes them. Verse 22, mark this then, you who forget God, or I will tear you apart, and there will be no one to deliver. Those who bring thanksgiving as their sacrifice honor me. To those who go the right way, I will show the salvation of God. So, mark this, you who forget God, or I will tear you apart. There'll be no one to deliver. So don't be forgetting God. Those who bring thanksgiving as their sacrifice honor me. And those who go the right way, I will show the salvation of God. So if you want to have it be right with you, between you and God, you need to come with thanksgiving. And he will show the salvation of God. So just a few Psalms tonight, kind of a combination of praising God. God is amazing. God is awesome. But also the sense of God is calling people to do thanksgiving instead of sacrificing animals, to sacrifice by being grateful and thankful and practicing their righteousness before God. So I don't think if there's anything else I wanted to say about any of that. Just still, I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. That's not the same psalm, but it's the same idea that we are exalting God and that God redeems people. And one of the psalms we read said that people will go down to the evil, go down to the pit, and they're gone. But the righteous go redeemed, and they get to go be with God. So now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look at you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace. Like, subscribe, comment. We will see you again next session. Thanks so much for being here.